What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Flow AI, where we build AI-powered automations and we help you leverage the power of AI and automation to smooth out rough edges in your digital workflows. Today we're looking specifically at business inboxes. The inbox is usually the main channel of communication both internally and externally, and so a lot of tasks pile up and they start in the inbox. In this overview, I'm going to break down when you should think about automating something, where you could potentially plug in AI so it could be a natural fit for your workflows, and how you can get started on your own so that you can test out the waters of AI and automation before jumping all the way in. And I'm going to give 3 practical examples of what we've automated for businesses in their inbox. Diving right into it, what should you automate? Now, when you're automating, this is something that's going to be an engine that sort of works on its own. And so the more that these things are happening, the more it makes sense to automate it. If your inbox is something that you don't really have any sort of repetition, then it wouldn't make sense to automate. But if you're somebody that's seeing sales orders, purchase orders, invoices dropping in your email every single day, this is something that you could build around to make it a little bit more efficient. So we're thinking about tasks that are originating in the inbox, following up, setting an appointment for someone. When you're moving information around, storing something with a specific naming convention or forwarding it to this person, or basic responses like order confirmations, appointment confirmations, frequently asked questions, status updates. These are the sort of things that can be automated, especially with AI. Which brings me to the point, where does AI plug in? Now, AI is a language analyzing and a language generating machine. And so you're tuning this machine to your business based on what are the general operations that are happening so that it has context of what it's doing with this language, and also the way that you like to speak, right? Whether it's colloquial or it's very formal or it's hospitable, right? You're tuning it with specific prompts. And so at a very top level, AI can just be this sort of filtering mechanism for your email, right? Any email that comes in immediately goes into this AI's brain, and with specific prompts that you've given it, it will interact with that email. For example, you can give it a prompt saying that if this email is a service appointment request, give me all of the key details of that service appointment, right? The date, the time, the address, the type of service, any other notes that might have come. And if it's not that type of email, a service appointment request, just say NA. And so at a very top level, you're creating a filter that would listen to all emails that come in and filter them according to these specific categories, right? And from those categories, if it's a yes, it would enact that automation, right? And that's kind of how this flow would happen, right? Email comes in, AI reads that email, understands it, and it starts something. Now that's an ideal world, but that's not the way that our inboxes look. Right now we're getting attacked with spam, right? And so if you just create this filter, AI is going to be reading thousands of trash emails that are not relevant to you, and then tomorrow you're going to get notifications about this guy that wants to sell you this and that company that's really good for this, and this is why, right? It's just going to add more stress to this system, right? You want a system that can be selective of when the AI is going to be interacting with your inbox. So when an email hits a specific folder, a prompt and an AI specific to that folder will start to generate that action, right? And you would be able to generate very specific types of words unique to the folder or the automation that you've created behind that folder. So you would give it a prompt saying, this is a service appointment request, and here's the email. Give me the date, the address, the service type, da, 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 da. So this is a way where the AI is not just always working, it's selected to work on a specific thing that you know it's going to handle correctly. So you would give it that prompt, and this would be the reaction, right? It would take all of that data, analyze it, and just give you the cream of the crop. This is exactly what you need, right? And it could also look in a different way, right? That could be a client report, an email draft. The idea is that once you have a very specific channel where you could access an AI that is meant to do one specific job with this language that's coming in, and you want a format of language very specific out, it opens the door for you to start triggering a lot of different actions. Once you have the words generated, you basically would plug those words wherever they need to go. An email comes in, you label it as an appointment, it would automatically extract the data for the appointment, and then it would schedule the appointment into the calendar. Or an email comes in labeled as an invoice, it would automatically extract all the information from the invoice and plug it into a specific place. If it comes in and you label it as CRM new contact, it would go in and it would extract the email, the name, all of the company details that can be extracted from, let's say, a signature, and it would add them into a CRM, and so on and so forth. The system that brings all of this together, the AI and the automation, is very, very easy for you to just get started yourself. I use 3 simple tools for this sort of automation. There's Zapier, that is essentially the automation platform where you would create nodes and connect them together, right? So you would connect your email to OpenAI, ChatGPT. You know, there are other options as well, but for this example, we're just going to be talking about OpenAI. And just to give a really rough breakdown on cost, OpenAI essentially charges per token. Now, the token is about 1.3 words. And bear in mind that the tokens are also things that you're typing into ChatGPT, and there's also tokens for sending out, generating text through ChatGPT. Let's take an example of an HVAC company that is getting on the high end 50 emails a day for service appointments, and they're sending back automatically using AI 50 confirmations. If we're taking into account the words, the amount of words in those service requests and in the confirmations that are being sent back, we would on average be using about 500,000 AI tokens. That would be about $20 to OpenAI per month for this specific automation. Now that's the high end. Now the other tool that I use, which is Zapier, it essentially charges you per task. A new email hits a folder, that's one task. Trigger ChatGPT, that's another task. Send an email or draft an email, that's a third task. And so if every service that comes in and a confirmation that goes out, that whole entire process is 3 tasks, and you're doing about 50 of these a day on the high end, that would be about 4,500 tasks. And so it would put you at the team plan. And you could also toggle it by the amount of tasks. So just to give you a really quick understanding of this not being that expensive, but it can potentially streamline a lot in your day. So as a quick recap of how we're plugging AI into these automations, it can be used as a filter to help you organize your inbox. It could generate text for you, whether it's analyzing, summarizing, or drafting and sending responses. Or it could do simple actions for you like a CRM update. With Zapier, you open the ability to connect over 5,000 different applications and stick AI in the middle of all of them. And so this opens the door for you to get creative with what your workflow is, right? Whether you want to organize your inbox, you want to start to send custom messages using AI to leverage specific pieces of data, or you can just have it go all the way and take specific actions according to your prompting, according to your rules and your guidelines, and according to your trigger. Quick recap, you can think about this in 2 ways. The email hits the AI directly, and the AI according to your prompts, whether is this an email, a purchase order, a new client inquiry, is it a service request, based on the way that it analyzes the email, it will continue. There's the other way where it's the folder first. Once the folder receives a new email, according to your filtering, then a specific automation would start. And in that automation, there is an AI component that you are curating, right? Name this file according to this example, or update the contact and add this note to it, or reply in a very hospitable way to this person and give them a tip about when visiting us, what to think about. To wrap everything up, we talked about what to automate, repetitive tasks. We talked about how to plug AI, use folders as those triggers, and how to get started. Look at your workflows, understand what softwares need to be connected and where you can put that AI. You could probably expect a few videos about prompting and about demonstrating exactly how to build those automations and to connect those nodes. A little bit more technical, but not really at all. Till then, take care.